money back, money back, money back, woo! Money back, money back, money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids. And they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. He said you look like this. He made sure he put Cardi down on his list. Now why this? Gonna look at my snap. I take your man and I won't give him back. I just walk into the booth and attack. I hit this guy in the roof who collapse. I've been broke my whole life. I have no clue what to do with these racks. Baby lay, waist snatch, back, straight back. Got lips like Angelina, belly truck tangerine. Jumping on my, that's why they call it trampoline. Hey, back on Monday, throw our body. This is sweet Saturday, that's just what plastic. I say, babe, it's a, he said it's a. Them pretty, you look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, 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 woo, money back, money back, money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. Salty, they sodium, they jelly, petroleum, always talking in the background, don't never come to the podium. Chef Cardi B, I'm up, I see you like the again. Why you was sleeping on me? I make 40 bands by 4 p.m. Baby, take it. Everything you want, I'm like a walking. I don't understand what this hate is about. How you go, your man, with my name in your mouth. I do the Maybach on Monday, throw rock Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just for plastic. I say, babe, it's a, he said it's a. Them pretty, you look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, 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 woo, money back, money back, money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the Dallas Cowboys. No more training camp, no more exhibitions. The 2018 NFL season on EA Sports is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Awesome. Right there, over here. Right there. Swerve to third. We go 47.
A first down throw for Prescott. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards for number 11. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go, get out, get out. Here we go, 46.
On second down, Elliott. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Awesome. Here we go, 47. Here we go, 46. 26. 26.
On third down, it's Prescott. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34.
Here we go, 47. Here we go, 46. 26. 26.
Prescott looks to throw on first, eluding the pressure right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain.
Let's go, get out, get out. Here we go, 47, 47. 46.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
A first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. The extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. first carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
To throw is Newton. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play there for Carolina. 59 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10, all the way down at the 21-yard line. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. To throw on second down is Newton. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Third and long, it's Newton. And there's the first NFL catch for the Maryland man, DJ Moore. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And Gano's kick is right through. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Gano out to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out comes the Cowboys offense. The wild optimism going into last season, of course, because they were coming off that 13-3 year, but they faded a bit last year as they dropped to a good but not great 9-7.
The good thing for Dallas, they play in a pretty volatile division, the NFC East. There hasn't been a repeat champion in the East since 2003-2004, and that was Philadelphia, who currently holds the crown right now. But this is a Dallas team that I think has worked its way through some adversity. They've lost some key veteran players along the way the last 2 years. So the face of the franchise, actually the face is quarterback Dak Prescott. But to me, the guy who really makes him go, running back Ezekiel Elliott. If they get 16 out of him, expect Dallas to be in the thick of things.
And incomplete on the deep ball. The intended receiver, Tavon Austin. And that'll bring up second down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. On second down, Prescott again. He hits Beasley right side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Dallas first down. Prescott hooking up with Beasley. The give is to Elliott. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
A second down throw for Prescott. On the left side, he finds Beasley. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Prescott from the gun on third. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 right at the 40. On 1st and 10, Prescott looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schultz, and he gets it down to the 32. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. A give to Elliott. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll try and run forward with Elliott. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Now Elliott. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Get out. We go 47. 26. Go. Get out there. We go 46. 26.
10th carry now for Elliott. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this.
We go 47.
Here's Elliott. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Stop made there by Julius Peppers. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
He may try and run for this. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal.
We go 47. 26.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Point after, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. We turn our attention to the Panthers as they come out here on offense, and it's been an interesting 3-year run. You look back to their Super Bowl appearance, then they dropped to 6-10 a couple of years ago. Last year back in the playoffs with 11 wins. So what in 2018?
I think a continuation of 2017 and an expansion on what we saw. It's always going to be a tough-minded team. They want to run the ball inside, and Cam Newton can be your short yardage runner as well as play the quarterback position and throw it. But they want to open things up. Remember, they drafted Christian McCaffrey last year, want to get him the ball in open space. They ended up drafting DJ.
And that's caught inside the 35. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Newton. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. On second down, here's Newton. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
On the ball, on the ball, on the ball, on the ball.
From the red zone now, Newton. Looking for the tight end, Olsen, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we'll check in for the first time with the newest member of our Madden family. It's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this
you're
is
going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Here we go.
Here's Newton now on second down. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. A very solid gain of 27.
That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that, but I almost want to go into that riff about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general?
I think in the 80s. I think as we started to move through the 80s, especially as we got towards the latter part of that. But a lot of those were really like baseball batting gloves to begin with not much of a tacky area on the glove. In fact, there was none. I actually remember in cold weather games wearing the old scuba gloves, which you'd wear in the diving, but they would split too easily in the course of a game. Then the glove manufacturers got smart and started adding to it, and here we are today.
Looking to throw on second down. Newton under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long.
Gun. 20.
The shotgun snap for Newton. Carrying it out deep for Smith. That's caught inside the 20. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A big gain of 38 there on 3rd down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing is Newton. And that'll be caught. Touchdown Panthers. Olsen. Greg Olsen from 17 yards out. And the Panthers are able to get this back within a touchdown. Graham Gano on for the extra point. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Gano out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They go play action here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. He finds his target. It's Schultz. He finds an opening past the 40. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Awesome. We go 47. Done.
This is Elliott. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
26. 26.
They go to Elliott again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. The Cowboys on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46. Good. 26. 26.
Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Carolina getting set to take the field. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the...
Caught inside the 30. And he's brought down after a good gain. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. This is McCaffrey on the give. And some room to maneuver. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the 4th and final quarter of play.
Here we go.
Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10.
Set. 180.
Pitching it out to McCaffrey. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. It was Eric Reed in on the stop.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. To throw on second down. Newton looking for the tight end Olsen, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Following the interception, here's Prescott. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild, and at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it, but you know every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. Carolina getting set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is...
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a third time. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. And they don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
41 to the left.
Smith trying to run for it. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. One man in the backfield. That's Elliott on second and goal. Prescott now on second down. Escaping the pressure right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
And now look at him go. The 40, 20, 10. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. 78 yards. And the Panthers have taken the lead here in the fourth. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit. but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Gano out to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Julius Peppers in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Second down, Prescott. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
The Cowboys on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Carolina getting set to take the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Do some. Set. 180.
From the end zone, Newton. Over the middle to Smith. And they'll get him down up past the 15. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. Newton now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now a toss. This is McCaffrey. Had the nifty footwork, but only able to get it to his own 20. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter.
On the ball, on the ball, on the ball, on the ball.
Looking to throw on second down. Newton. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. This is McCaffrey, and he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
McCaffrey following the penalty. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Here we go. Here we go.
Trying to get to the outside. This is McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Panthers, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Panthers are winners here as we say so long from Charlotte.
No introduction really necessary. Get the message like a secretary. Boy, I'm legendary. When I'm dead and buried, still be kicking.